This is Real Talk Baseball. I'm Carlos Baseball, and with me is Will Power. We're here to talk about baseball today, and there's a lot of things going on around the league, especially what happened on Sunday, right, Will?
That's right.
Man,
Ramon Laureano.
Exactly, and then Astros again. The Astros are at it again, so it's. I mean, let's just talk about it. What do you think, man?
Honestly, dude, I don't understand what's going on in the Astros' heads. It's like they're like egging people on, like they want to fight. I mean, if anything, they should be the ones that are like trying to back off because they should feel guilty about what happened a couple years ago. But apparently, there's no guilt felt, But at least it's not just the Dodgers that are trying to take things into their own hands. It started off with the Royals plunking a couple players, but we see the Dodgers relief pitcher Joe Kelly, getting trying to get a little couple shots in, and then now Ramon Laureano, on the Oakland A's that could have possibly had a chance at the playoffs also, but then the Astros kind of messed things up for them in 2017, so I'm sure they got a vendetta also.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. Every team right now is really pissed off at the Astros. So for those of you that don't know what happened, Liriano got hit 3 times in that series. And in that game where he started, well, he didn't start the scuffle. He just started, telling the pitcher, hey, this is how you break it, man. You break it, right? So he had no business doing that, by the way, but he went ahead and did it. and he got hit twice that game. And you could understand when someone gets hit or when you get hit when you're a baseball player, it hurts, man. Like, come on.
Oh, yeah.
Especially from a team that you don't like already, like the Astros. Like, come on. You're getting hit and you expect to get, you expect to just not do nothing about it. Like, no, come on, man. Like, it's not fair for Liriano to get hit twice or 3 times in the series.
3 times.
3 times, exactly. And then, not retaliate or not say anything. Like, they're throwing hard. Even though it's a 70 mile per hour, whatever, curveball, 80 mile per hour, because it wasn't a fastball. The last one that started the scuffle, right? But even though it's not that hard, it still hurts. And you're tired of getting hit. You got hit 3 times, man.
If people understand what these baseballs are made out of, it's a little tiny rubber ball that's wrapped with 3 different kinds of string and covered with leather. Yeah. So these balls are super hard. If my 4-year-old son throws a ball and it hits my ribs or something, it's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
So imagine getting hit with a 80 mile an hour slider or a 95 mile an hour fastball.
Yeah.
Like that's going to be worse. You could break bones. Yeah. You can literally break your rib or, a wrist. That happens often when batters get hit by pitches, the little bones that it could possibly hit, Madison Bumgarner, Justin Turner, both of those guys have gotten hit on the wrist by pitches, and then they're out for 3-4 months,
Yeah. You're
so
right.
Ramon Laureano, he has all the reason in the world to be upset. The rookie pitcher that hit him on Saturday, maybe it was on purpose, maybe it was it was on accident. It looked like it was on purpose to me.
It looked like it. Yeah, but then we can say that we could say that for Joe Kelly. It looked like he was trying to hit him on purpose. Yeah. But we don't know. That's
no one knows for sure.
No
I mean, these guys aren't perfect. They're human, and humans make mistakes. And sometimes a ball just kind of gets away from you.
Yeah, and that's why Liriano said, but like, come on, use your wrist, like break that.
Yeah.
So yeah, like it's kind of like you don't know where the pitch is gonna go, but come on, man. It looked intentional. It looked like they were going after him. They looked like they hit him 3 times in the series, like we just said. So yeah. I don't know, man.
Do you even know why the Hustos were targeting this guy out of anybody?
That's the thing. I mean, everybody's speculating that he had said something about the cheating scandal, and that's why they went after him. But I haven't read into it too much because everybody right now is talking about the suspensions or how many games they're going to get, and that's already out. I mean, I don't know if you want to go ahead and say how many games they're going to get. Because the scuffle was between Liriano and one of the hitting coach, Centron?
Yeah, so the 2 guys that were involved in the altercation, as Ramon Laureano is taking his walk to first base after he got plunked, Alex Centrone, the hitting coach of the Astros, looks in Laureano's way and just starts saying, you want to fight me? You want to fight me? Come on, bring it, or something like that. And
Yeah.
of course, Ramon Laureano is going to take exception to that, and he, charges towards the dugout, which all the Astros players are protecting their hitting coach, as the team should. But honestly, that hitting coach really had no reason to go after Laureano.
No business.
As a coach, you are especially are the one that should, stay back.
Exactly.
I don't even know if he was part of the team in 2017. No one even know who this guy is. The only reason why people know his name now is because he's been in media for the past few days.
You think so? You think he did it on purpose? He wanted his name out there,
sure.
man.
Probably.
Yeah, because how
people don't know me, so then now they're gonna know me.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, I want people to know me. I want people to know who I am. Like, So I mean, the suspension's already out, and like, do you think it's fair? 20 games for Centrone, and then
20
games
for Centrone. That seems excessive, but I'm okay with it because all the crap that the Astros have been putting the league through. So 20 games, and it's just the hitting coach. It's not like someone that's going to keep him out of playoff contention or something like that. And then on the other side, Ramon Laureano gets 5 games. 5 games or 6 games. I'm sorry.
6 games.
6 games. That seems kind of fair. Ramon Laureano charging the dugout and going after another human being, whether it's a player or a coach. He should get some punishment for that. Was he justified in going after the dugout? Of course he was. I probably would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
There's not that many people, I think, in professional sports that would be able to hold back. But I think 6 games is kind of justified. I don't think either of them are appealing because, it's kind of obvious that they both deserved it. But Joe Kelly did appeal his suspension. So his 8-game suspension actually got reduced to 5 games, which is great news for the Dodgers.
Yeah.
He's actually on the IL anyway. So I'm not sure how the suspension works when a player goes on the IL, if their suspension gets, if the days go by as he's on the IL, or if it has to start after he comes back from being reinstated from the IL. He did have some shoulder inflammation, which is why the Dodgers put him on the injured list. But do you know if
that's the thing? Like once with the new rules right now, I don't know if it takes effect right away, even though he's in the IL. I'm not sure if he can go ahead and serve those punishments. So I think he has to wait to come back, and then he can serve those days. So. What I'm pretty sure what the Dodgers are going to do is, like, they're going to bring him back in 7 days, and then he's going to take his punishment and then come back to play. So I'm pretty sure that's what they're going to do. They're just going to go ahead and serve the games. So for a lot of people that don't know too, like, MLB's not taking it lightly when it comes to having big altercations with other teams, because they don't want people to be together. They don't want anybody to come together. Like,
they want to have the social distancing.
Exactly. So that's why the punishments for these players look like they're excessive. And if you're trying to keep the players apart and not trying to have them fight and stuff like that, you have to punish them. The only thing with the Joe Kelly incident is that he didn't even hit anybody. He didn't hit Bregman. He didn't even hit Correa. He threw at him. He struck him out. So he taunted him, and that's what created the little, the whole dugouts clearing or whatever. But
right, and even when he was taunting, he was walking towards his own dugout.
Yeah.
It's not like he was like trying to make himself look big in front of the other players and try to egg on a fight or whatever. He was kind of chirping a little bit. He did his little lip thing, but it's as he was walking towards his own dugout. So he was kind of kind of escalating a situation, but he was doing it on his way out. He wasn't planning on fighting anybody, or he wasn't trying to fight anybody. And the only reason why he threw at Bregman anyway is because it was a 3-0 count, and he was like, I'm just going to give this guy a free pass anyway. I might as well throw behind him.
Yeah.
You know, he
Yeah.
wasn't trying to hit him. He was just trying to give him a free base.
That's true.
So
That's true. And the other one that got suspended too, and we haven't even mentioned it, was Dave Roberts. He got suspended for a game, and he served it already. He served it the next
yeah,
game, so he took it. He's like, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna take it, and that's it. He didn't say, oh, I agree with it. I don't agree with it. He just took it, meaning,
yeah,
okay. He did tell Joe Kelly. He might have told Joe Kelly, hey, just throw the ball at him. If there's a 3-0 count, go for it. Like like forget it. But with all these suspension going on, and that's what the suspensions are for. They're not because, oh, they got in the fight. No, it's because of COVID-19, and they're trying to keep everybody away and trying to have everybody stay away. And we don't want to have the incident where Florida, the Marlins has a whole bunch of players sick, and then the Cardinals too, and they didn't even get into a scuffle or nothing. It's just a team thing where they decided to go out and do their own thing.
yeah. So
So
I don't know if you heard, but they every player gets tested for COVID-19 every single day,
every day.
and the ones that test positive get tested, I think, twice a day. And the Cardinals have actually had 0 positive tests since Sunday.
Okay.
So as far as I know, I believe that their next series is good to go. I think
Okay.
it's against the White Sox.
Okay. So
Cardinals
they're ready to
White
come
Sox.
back.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
No, that's good. That's really
Yeah,
good.
it's good news. Good
Yeah.
news for Cardinals fans. Good news for baseball.
Yeah. I wonder, what they were saying? They were saying that they might not even play the whole, their whole 60 games. They might even play just 40 games. So I don't think they're going to be able to get all these double headers, and they're going to be super exhausted.
Oh,
So
yeah.
yeah, so that's one of the things that they were thinking about. Since we have a little bit of time, let's go ahead and talk about. Have you heard about the playoffs? They're trying to have it in a bubble like they do the NBA.
Oh, I did hear that, like
Yeah.
NBA and hockey.
Yeah, so they're trying to have all the playoffs in the bubble. So actually, it's going to have like the West have their playoffs, the Central have their playoffs, and then the East have their playoffs. And then it's going to get smaller and smaller and smaller, and they're going to have a bubble, keep having a bubble like that. So
It makes sense. Especially during the playoffs, you don't want to have anyone have any excuses. You don't want anyone getting sent home, because of a positive test.
Yeah.
Depending on the team, like, if the Yankees make it to the playoffs and Aaron Judge, all of a sudden test positive, that's a huge hit for the Yankees.
Yeah.
If the Dodgers, when they make the playoffs, if Mookie Betts tests positive for coronavirus, if he gets sent home, that's a huge hit for the Dodgers. And doing the bubble, honestly, it's going to keep these players healthy, and the playoffs don't last that long. It's a month at most. So a month of these guys being held in containment, I really don't think it's that long, especially because this is their profession. This is their job, and they're getting paid well to do it. So sacrifice a month for the sport, for your team, and for the fans.
And for the championship.
Yeah, and for the championship.
Yeah. All right. So this is Carlos Baseball and Willpower. This is Real Talk Baseball. Thank you for listening to us. If you guys have any comments or anything, you guys can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. And don't forget to smash a like on YouTube and subscribe. I mean, we don't have a lot of people yet, but I'm pretty sure we're going to get there. So this is us signing out. Thank you, guys.
See you guys next week.